Hello, my name is Daniel Yumikinga, and I will explain a recursive function that accepts a valid binary tree and determines if it's a binary search tree. First of all, as we know, a binary search tree is a data structure made of nodes, starting from one node, which is called the root, and every other node is connected as either a left or right child of another node, and this placement is determined by the node's value. If a new node has a value less than its parent, it goes to the left. If it's greater, it goes to the right, and so on, creating subtrees. All values in the left subtree must be less than the node's value or the current node's value. All values in the right subtree must be greater than the node's value, and this rule has to apply to every node in the tree, not just the root, or in other words, for the next subtrees in the tree. So after this, we create a function that checks whether the tree obeys this rule. To do that, we use something called value bounds or boundaries. These bounds are like invisible walls that tell each node what range of values it's allowed to have. A lower bound is the minimum value the node must be greater than, and an upper bound is the maximum value the node must be less than. So how this works? We start at the root with no restrictions or with the widest possible range. After the root, as we go down to the left of the tree or right side of the tree, we update our bounds based on the current node's value. The current node's value becomes the reference point for the recursive calls on its left and right children, which acts like a parent for the next recursive call. When checking the current node, we compare its value to the bounds passed down from its ancestors. Then, when we move to the node's children, we use the current node's value to update their bounds, like a parent setting rules for each child subtree. Each time we check whether the current node's value fits within the bounds passed down from its parents. If it doesn't, the tree is not valid. The next step will be to write the recursive function. Here is how it works. First, we check if the current node is null. If it is, then we return true because an empty tree or subtree is valid in this case. Then, after that, we check if the current node's value fits within its allowed bounds. If not, we return false because it's not a binary tree. Finally, we recursively call the function on the left and right children, each time updating the bounds appropriately. At each step, the current node gets bounds from above, its parent and earlier ancestors. Then it uses its own rules to set bounds for its children. If the entire tree passes this test, then it's a valid binary search tree. Thank you.